In today's episode, I'll be giving my review for the 2024 film Joker, Folie à Deux. Joker 2, I'm going to call it from here on out, is a jukebox musical legal drama spanning a runtime of 2 hours and 18 minutes, directed by Todd Phillips, who directed all three Hangover films, a classic trilogy, the original Joker movie that came out in 2019. He also wrote the story for Borat, and he was a producer on Project X and A Star is Born. This movie stars Joaquin Phoenix, Lady Gaga, Brendan Gleeson, Catherine Keener, Zazie Beetz, Steve Coogan, Harry Lottie, and Leigh Gill. So let's get right into Joker 2. Do something, man. People are questioning you. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, yep, do that. Sure, guys. Stupid and dumb. Just an idiot. Get your shit together, son. Fuck it. I loved it. Welcome to the DubCast. I was not able to take my usual notes for this review for this movie, so this will be a pretty short video for my standards. Joker 2 was a massive disappointment in my opinion. There's many aspects that I want to dive into. I don't even know where to start. You had the 2019 film, which left me not wanting more. Like, I don't think we needed a sequel. I think, this maybe speaks for the lack of prominent movie ideas out there in the realm right now, because it seems like every movie there's a sequel to something, or there's another thing in this universe. It's like we can't come up with original ideas. So I think this kind of feeds into that as well. You have the sequel coming 5 years later, same actor Joaquin Phoenix, obviously in the same insane composition that he was in for the first one. But the first Joker I thought was a good movie that I never wanted to watch again. Like, I went and saw it in theaters my freshman year of college. I remember that. I came out of it like, what the fuck was that? But also, like, that was kind of good. Obviously, there was, it was pretty interesting watching what we thought Arthur Blank becoming the Joker. I appreciate that movie for what it was. I don't know what I would score it. I haven't seen it obviously in 5 years, but coming to the sequel, it was, there was a lot of lead up to the sequel too, and the year, the years coming up to it, where we heard the news that it was going to be a musical, and that kind of threw me for a loop. But I'm like, it's still Joker 2, so I'm gonna check it out. Didn't end up seeing it in theaters. I always want to go see movies in theaters, and then never end up actually going. That's on me. But I was excited for Joker 2. It's like a film franchise. Oh, I like the first one. It's like Knives Out. Oh, I watched that in 2019 as well. Oh, I watched the first one. I'm gonna watch the second one for sure. This sequel did not deliver in almost any capacity for me. The musical aspect, I don't think I'm a fan of musicals. And even if I was a fan of musicals, I don't think that this musical composition and the kind of breaking in between the scenes would be something that I would appreciate. Just felt like a weird mix to something that was like vastly different than the first movie. Like, you're just gonna make the second movie in a same universe. Like, sequel is gonna be a musical. The first one wasn't a musical. I don't know what that was about. I mean, the first one had good music. The bathroom dance music's good. That soundtrack was like unsettling. Like, that put you right in the mood for it. This soundtrack with like Joaquin, I've had to watch two movies of Joaquin Phoenix singing. If you want to see an even worse movie than this, somehow go see I'm Still Here. Anyways, I felt like Lady Gaga, like we have Lady Gaga in this movie too, an international superstar, and her singing in like A Star Is Born, for example. I'm not sure what else she's acted in, but her singing in A Star Is Born is really good. Whereas in this movie, it doesn't seem like she's really trying that much. Um, I don't know. It just felt like the music wasn't that good, in my opinion. So coming off the top, like, I'm not a musical guy. That already factors in. I was gonna watch this movie regardless because it was the second in the first movie that I like. So right off the bat, the musical aspect of it, I was not a fan of coming into it, and was even less impressed than I thought I would be leaving the movie. So that took away a lot for me. Also, there's a lot to get into here. I mean, not really. I'm probably gonna. There's not a lot of things. I'm just spewing off the top of my head, but this was like it was a character assassination. Now I get it. There's people out there who are like, "Oh, this movie was just to prove that the people who like the Joker in the first movie are idiots, and this was a letdown." He says at the end, "I'm not the Joker," and I think there is like a sliver of interestingness there where people want him to be one thing, but he really just wants emotional comfort and wants someone to love him for who he is. And obviously, Harley, aka Lady Gaga, kind of gaslights him throughout, wants him to just likes the idea of him, not the actual Joker. But I felt like that kind of fell flat on the audience after the first one, and I understand why people don't like that part of it. I can understand it, but I just don't think this makes for like a good movie. Like if you're making a whole movie to say fuck you to people who like the first one, it's like that second movie's still not, that doesn't make it good. I mean, is that a crazy take? I don't think that makes it a good movie just to like prove that Joker is like not a good guy and shouldn't be followed. I mean, I feel like they kind of started something they didn't think they would start and then backtracked on it because they didn't like the reaction from the first one. So it was like that part I understand it, and even if that was the point of Todd Phillips and the people who produced this movie, I felt like that was a stupid idea because now you're making a second movie where people don't like that. Like I thought that was the whole idea of that, and that's what people are using to defend this movie. Okay, then that doesn't make this a good movie. Just say like it's literally that idea is making you say this is a bad movie. So I'm all set with all that. Like I get it, but it's like that doesn't make this a good movie. And I mean, what else is there to even point out? A lot of this movie is spent with him in jail. There's not really a lot of stuff going on. Like he's just kind of in and out of dream sequences and like the courtyard or the courthouse, the recess like outside. Those are really the only sceneries we get. Um, so it's not even like he breaks out of Arkham and does fun shit. Like he's just in jail the whole time. And I think this movie was mostly, I mean, it was semi intriguing because you're like, what's going to happen? But then you realize, looking back at it, he just spent 2 minutes at a trial and then like kicked out his lawyer who was trying to help him, kicked out. I don't know. I think this movie fell pretty flat. A lot of people didn't like Harvey Dent's character. I thought he was fine. Thought that was interesting. I thought it was interesting how they basically throughout the first two movies just included they like speed ran the Batman universe. You had Harvey Dent, Harley Quinn, Bruce Wayne, Thomas Wayne. Um, I don't know if we've met other characters, but it was kind of interesting how that's like just a completely separate universe that will never be heard from again. Yeah, and also the ending scene where he just sings and then gets stabbed by the guy in jail, and the other guy's carving on his face that he's the actual Joker, and he says he's not the Joker. Stupid. Overall, man, I think this movie. I don't think I'm pretty. It's pretty obvious to tell I'm not high in this movie at all. Thought it was mostly a waste of time. Didn't like the musical aspect of it. Felt like just kind of a fu to the fans. I mean, I'm not a fan of what the Joker represents, but I thought that was an interesting movie complex and concept. I get it. Maybe instead of just making a second movie and wasting a bunch of millions of dollars, you can just say, "Hey, don't be like the Joker." Obviously, he's not a dumbass, but obviously he's like mentally ill, and that's the character of the Joker across Batman universes. So not a fan of this one. We'll never rewatch it. Joker 3 won't happen because he dies at the end and there's a new Joker. I think I'm going to stick to Robert Pattinson's Batman universe for now. Finally, I mean, not finally, but this loop is closed. We're kind of just, DC's balancing everything out. We had to get that last Flash movie out. We got this Joker done. So it's like now we can focus on this new, fresh James Gunn DC. I'm looking forward to Superman and Batman. The new movie's coming out. I need to watch The Penguin. Like this was just not it, and I hate to not fall in line with other people, but I think a lot of people hated this movie, and I agree. I think maybe for different reasons. I think it's hard to explain what I got in this out of this movie because there really isn't much to say. It's just like Joaquin Phoenix is Joker again, but he's like not actually Joker, and he just is in jail smoking cigarettes. I don't know. Thought this was mostly boring. Didn't like the musical aspect of it. Thought the ending was stupid. I thought the whole concept of the movie was stupid. Like, I think this movie would have been better to just not have been made, and you could just make a social media post in 2019 in December and be like, hey, maybe don't be like the Joker. And is there people like shooting people on live TV and shit? I don't know. I don't think I don't know if the Joker's actually inspired people. If you're actually inspired by Arthur Blank, like, you gotta like chill, bro, because I'm putting that message. See, you didn't even make the movie. I'm just telling it to you now. Don't be like Arthur Blank. That's obvious. He's a murderer and he's mentally ill. He's overreactionary. Don't be like Arthur Blank. Seek help if you ever feel like you're Arthur Blank. So that's all that needed to be said. We don't need a almost 2 hours and 20 minutes sequel that honestly the first movie on its own would have been perfect by itself in my opinion. So sequel never needed to be made. Overall, I'm letting this movie at a 4.6. Really nothing redeeming in my opinion that's sticking out to me. It's Batman stuff. Like, you could put a Batman universe movie in front of me and I'm gonna give it at least a 4. So like, I don't, it was semi intriguing just seeing what would happen, but then when you look back at it, it's like this was a mess and this was a disaster and didn't need to be made. So where does this rank amongst the other DubCast pantheons? Number 52 of 52, guys. 50-second movie review. This is the 52nd movie on the list. I think that's enough said. Sorry for the shorter review, but yeah, I mean, there wasn't really much to say about this. I feel like this was kind of just it wasn't not well done. It was just a waste of time because we didn't need to make this movie at all. So, what did you guys think of Joker 2, Folie Deux? Sorry for butchering the pronunciation of those words, but those are my thoughts on Joker 2. Kind of agreeing with the masses on this one, didn't like it at all. So, stay tuned for more movie reviews, more TV show reviews, and sports talk. So, as always, be easy, y'all.